Hello, everyone, and welcome to Modern Skills in English. Today, we're going to talk about something that happens every day at work, but almost no one ever teaches you how to do it. It's the idea of managing your manager.
Okay, when I hear that phrase, managing my manager, it sounds wrong. It sounds like I'm trying to control my boss, which feels like a terrible idea. My job is just to do what they tell me. I get an email with a task, I do the task, I send it back, then I wait.
And how does that waiting feel?
Honestly, it's stressful. I spend a lot of time wondering if I did a good job. I wonder what my manager is thinking. I feel like I'm just a pair of hands. I do my work, but I have no idea if it's the right work or if it really matters. I feel invisible. So how do you manage a relationship where you have no power?
That's the question that keeps so many people stuck, and it's based on a belief that feels true, that your manager holds all the power and your job is to please them.
Right. They give the instructions, they give the feedback, they decide if I get a promotion. It seems pretty clear.
It does. But what if the goal isn't to please your manager? What if the goal is to make your manager more successful?
I don't see the difference. If I please them, they'll be successful, and then I'll be successful.
Not always. Pleasing someone is about making them happy in the moment. Making them successful is about helping them achieve their real goals. The first is about emotion. The second is about partnership. Most of us spend our careers trying to do the first, but all the real success comes from the second.
A partnership? I've never thought of it that way. I think of it as they're the boss, and I'm the employee. It's a hierarchy.
The structure of a company is a hierarchy, but the most effective relationships inside it are partnerships. And the first step is to change the question you ask yourself. Most young professionals are asking, what does my boss want me to do?
Yes, every single day.
A better question is, what does my boss need to accomplish? See the difference? One is about your tasks, the other is about their outcomes. The common belief is that if you just work hard and complete your tasks, you will be noticed.
That's what school teaches you. Complete the assignment, get a good grade.
Exactly. And it's why so many smart people feel frustrated at work. They deliver perfect work, but it doesn't seem to make an impact. A manager might ask for a detailed report. A young employee might spend 3 days making it perfect, with beautiful charts and formatting. They are so proud. They send it over.
And the manager says, thank you, and you feel good.
For a moment. But what if the manager only needed one single number from that report for a meeting that started in 5 minutes? You did the task perfectly, but you didn't help them solve their real problem, which was getting that number quickly. You didn't understand their priority. The first step in managing up is achieving deep alignment with your manager's goals.
So you're saying I should have known what the report was for? How could I know that? I can't read my manager's mind.
You don't have to. You can ask. When you get a new task, you can ask a simple, powerful question like, to make sure I do this well, could you tell me a little about what this will be used for? Or what would a successful outcome look like for you?
That feels a little bold, like I'm questioning them.
Does it? Or does it sound like you care about doing a good job? A manager isn't thinking, why are they questioning me? They're thinking, oh, good, they want to get it right. You're not challenging their authority. You're showing that you are thinking about their success, not just your to-do list. This kind of thinking makes you more than just an employee. It begins to make you indispensable.
Okay, I see the logic. If I understand their goals, I can do my work better. That's alignment. But what about day-to-day? My manager is incredibly busy. I don't want to bother them with constant questions. It feels safer to just do my work quietly and wait for them to check in with me.
This is the second common belief, that waiting for your manager to ask for an update is the polite, respectful thing to do.
Yes, I don't want to be annoying. They have a lot to manage.
And what is one of the biggest sources of stress for any manager?
Their own boss, probably. Deadlines, budgets.
It's uncertainty, not knowing if a project is on track, not knowing if their team is facing problems. When you work silently for a week, you think you are being respectful of their time. But in your manager's mind, your project is a black box. It's a source of low-level anxiety. Did Mark understand? Is he stuck? Will it be done on time? The surprise, good or bad, is what they hate.
So I'm trying to be helpful by being quiet, but I'm actually creating stress for them.
Exactly. The solution isn't to wait for them to ask. It's to offer them controlled visibility.
Visibility? You mean sending them emails all day? That sounds very annoying.
Not at all. It means you are in control of the story of your work. It can be as simple as a short email at the end of the day. Hi Jane, just a quick update. I finished the first draft of the presentation. Tomorrow I'll add the data from sales. Everything is on track.
And what does it do for her?
It takes your project off her mental worry list. She doesn't have to spend energy wondering about it. She can focus on other problems. You have given her the gift of certainty. You have managed her attention and her stress. This is being proactive, not reactive.
Okay, a proactive update. I can see how that would build trust. You get alignment on the goals, then you provide visibility on the progress. But what happens when there's a problem? A real problem I can't solve?
What's the default action for most people?
Go to my manager and say, I have a problem?
Right. You bring them a problem. You have now made their day harder. They have to stop what they are doing, understand your problem, and then solve it for you.
But isn't that their job? To help me when I'm stuck?
It's their job to help you develop, but there's a huge difference between asking for help and asking for an answer. Think about the manager. One employee comes to them and says, the client hates the new logo. What should I do? Another employee comes and says, the client isn't happy with the new logo. I've thought about it and I see 3 ways we can respond. Option A is this, option B is that. I recommend B because of this reason. What are your thoughts?
The second one is so much better. The manager's job is suddenly so much easier. They don't have to invent a solution from zero. They just have to use their experience to choose.
Exactly. You've done the work of thinking. You've shown that you don't just identify problems, you think about solutions. You've shown initiative.
That shows you respect their time. You're not giving them homework.
You are making it easy for them to say yes. You are turning a problem into a choice. Over time, which of those 2 employees do you think gets more trust? Which one gets the more interesting, important projects?
The second one for sure.
It has nothing to do with being smarter or working more hours. It's about understanding that your job is to make your manager's job easier.
This all makes logical sense. Get alignment, provide visibility, show initiative. But I have to be honest, it still feels a little manipulative, like I'm playing a game. And what if my manager isn't a good manager? What if they feel threatened that I'm being so proactive? It feels a little risky.
That's a very fair question. And it's important to see the difference between manipulation and communication. Manipulation is trying to trick someone for your own benefit. This is about creating clarity for mutual benefit. You are not trying to do their job. You are helping them do their job better.
Mutual benefit.
Yes. Think about it. When there is clear alignment on goals, you are less likely to waste your time on work that doesn't matter. When you provide visibility, you feel less anxiety because you know your manager is informed. When you show initiative, you get to solve more interesting problems and grow your skills. This system isn't just for them. It's for you. It puts you in control.
So it's not about playing a political game. It's about building a better communication system, a system for trust.
Precisely. The system is simple. First, you create alignment so you are both aiming at the same target. Second, you provide regular visibility so there are no surprises and they don't have to worry. And third, when challenges appear, you show initiative by bringing solutions, not just problems.
And when you do those 3 things, you're not just a person who completes tasks anymore. You become a partner in getting the work done. You become someone they can rely on.
And when you are seen as reliable and proactive, you become indispensable. Opportunities don't come from working harder. They come from earning more trust. This skill, this way of thinking, is what separates people who have jobs from people who build careers.
And it works even with a manager who is overwhelmed or maybe not a great communicator?
It works especially well with them. A busy, stressed manager needs an employee who can manage themselves. They don't have time to give you perfect instructions or constant feedback. When you bring them alignment, visibility, and initiative, you are solving their biggest problem, a lack of time and energy. You are making their life easier.
So all this time, I thought my success depended on my manager deciding to notice me, on them being a good manager. But I'm realizing now that it depends on me, making it easy for them to see my value. It's something I can actually control.
That's it. You are not a passenger in your career. Hello to everyone listening. If this conversation sparked an idea for you, we would love to know what challenges you're thinking about in your own career or studies. Please let us know in the comments.